Good evening and welcome to the State of Business on our television. I'm Chamud Fernando. Let's have a look at the headlines. Ceylon Petroleum Storage Terminals partners with Shell RM Parks. US Ambassador Julie Chung advocates for food security in Sri Lanka. Now the news in detail. Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri has received an invitation to attend the 60th edition of the prestigious Munich Security Conference in Germany, scheduled to be held on the 16th of February. The Minister of Foreign Affairs made this announcement, releasing a statement to the media yesterday.
Established in 1963, the MSC holds a distinguished status as one of the world's foremost platforms for discussing international security policies. Its primary objective revolves around fostering trust and facilitating the peaceful resolution of conflicts through continuous, curated and informal dialogues within the international security community. Minister Sabri is slated to address a conference session focusing on protecting global commons during the event, adding Sri Lanka's perspective to the crucial discourse. During his visit, Minister Sabri will participate in meetings with counterparts from various countries and interact with business leaders, fostering diplomatic ties and exchanging insights on global security issues.
The Ceylon Petroleum Storage Terminals announced the commencement of the partnership with US-based petroleum products distributor Shell RM Parks. The agreement, signed at the CPSLT held office recently, outlines the storage and distribution of fuel in Sri Lanka.
Under the newly established agreement, CPSTL gains the capability to store and distribute Shell RM Parks petroleum products across Sri Lanka. The agreement focused on a long-term contract for importing, storing, distributing and selling petroleum products within the country. Furthermore, RM Parks Incorporated solidified its commitment to Sri Lanka's market by signing a $110 million agreement with the Board of Investment of Sri Lanka late last year. This agreement aimed to introduce Shell products to the island and expand operations to include 200 fuel stations. Additionally, the collaboration between RM Parks and Shell promises to offer services such as mini supermarkets with EV charging facilities. RM Parks Incorporated, operating under the Shell branding, becomes the fourth supplier to enter Sri Lanka's domestic petroleum market.
US Ambassador Julie Chung emphasized the importance of exchanging food security in Sri Lanka and suggested diversifying the market to address food price increases and inflation. Ambassador Chung said this when she called on the Minister of Trade, Nalin Fernando, to discuss Sri Lanka's economic progress recently.
Minister Fernando highlighted the Trade Ministry's focus on reducing production costs, minimizing post-harvest wastage and improving production quality as key pillars of food security. The minister expressed Sri Lanka's interest in leveraging new technology to enhance production and support productivity improvements in the SME sector. Ambassador Chung mentioned that organizations like USAID and the Gates Foundation are prepared to assist Sri Lanka in climate change initiatives, agricultural productivity and the digital economy. Secretary AMPMB Atapattu from the Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Food Security, along with other officials, also participated in the discussion.
Stay tuned, we will return after this commercial break. Welcome back. State Minister of Higher Education Dr. Suren Raghavan said that the ministry is focusing on offering multiple degrees at state universities in order to broaden opportunities for graduates. The state minister said this speaking at a press briefing held at the Presidential Media Center yesterday.
The state minister revealed that 2 international universities are currently in the establishment phase, with a third scheduled to commence operations by May of this year. Moreover, discussions are underway to establish the new Higher Education Development Commission, chaired by former Chief Justice Keshri Pawan. The commission will integrate findings from the Vijayadasa Rajapaksa Committee and the committee report of the University Grants Commission, focusing on the legal framework and presenting the draft to Parliament. In a bid to further enhance Sri Lanka's educational landscape, discussions have commenced to provide multiple degrees in state universities. Emphasizing the importance of regulating the private higher education sector, Dr. Raghavan assured that there are no intentions to commercialize education in Sri Lanka.
Presidential Director General of Community Affairs Ranjit Tennakon announced the initiation of the Odapana loan scheme to assist small and medium-scale rice mill owners, rice storekeepers and rice hoarders. The Presidential Director General of Community Affairs said this during a meeting held at the President's office yesterday.
Thinnakon highlighted the pressing issues faced by small and medium-scale rice producers, attributing their difficulties to the economic downturn and pandemic-related disruptions. The primary goal of the loan scheme is to stabilize rice prices for consumers while providing fair price to farmers. Loans initiated at the commencement of the Maha season. Loan terms include a repayment period of 180 days with an annual interest rate of 15%, 4% of which will be subsidized by the Treasury. This arrangement results in a reduced annual interest rate of 11% for borrowers. Eligibility criteria for the loan scheme extended to rice holders with valid contracts with small and medium paddy mill owners. Key stakeholders, including officials from the Ministry of Agriculture, participated in the discussion.
Sri Lanka has been designated as a UN World Restoration Flagship for its outstanding contributions to rebuilding and restoring mangrove ecosystems. The UN Flagship Restoration Award, to be conferred at the United Nations Environmental Assembly in Nairobi this month, acknowledges Sri Lanka's effective utilization of the UN's principles for ecosystem restoration.
It highlights the nation's globally significant best practices and methodologies that can serve as a model for restoration efforts worldwide. Following the devastating impacts of the 2004 tsunami, Sri Lanka had recognized the crucial role of mangroves as coastal protectors. Despite the lack of formal mechanisms, the nation has strengthened coastal ecosystems with expert panels, policies, and restoration guidelines, fostering collaborative efforts across various sectors. Sri Lanka's approach to mangrove restoration is rooted in science-driven methodologies aimed at reviving ecosystem services and restoring ecological balance. Aligned with the UN's proclamation of 2021 to 2030 as the decade on ecosystem restoration, Sri Lanka's recognition as a World Restoration Flagship underscores its role in global conservation efforts.
Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The All Share Price Index gained 36.98 points to close at 10,568.46, and the S&P SL 20 gained 11.09 points to close at 3,035.35. The turnover was 0.9 billion rupees and over 29 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook.